Alright, let's get started with our warm-up. Okay, we'll do a deep breath in, up, reach up, and stretch your elbows to the back wall on the way down. And we'll do about 5 of these. Alright, one more. Alright, we'll do some chest openers. So arms are coming up at chest height and pulsing with our thumbs facing back. One more. And we'll do some arm circles forward, so flip your palms. Start small. We'll get bigger as we go. And backwards. Start small. And we'll get bigger as we go. All right, we'll do some side bends. Alright, widen your feet, your stance a little bit, and we'll hinge forward at our hips and touch our opposite toe. We'll be doing a lot of hinging today, as today's workout is legs mostly, mostly hams and glutes. A little bit of shoulders as well, with some thrusters. Alright, from here we will start to squat. Alright, and now we will turn this into a reverse lunge, the twist. Remember to make sure your knees are at 90 degrees. All right, one more time each side. And then we will begin some walkouts. Sorry, just gotta get rid of something on my computer. There we go. Let's do some walkouts. Once again, hinge forward at our hips. Walk your hands out. From here, we'll do pike, and then lunge forward, twist, and same thing on the other side. Lunge forward, twist. And we'll do this a couple times. Walk your hands back up, and repeat. Walk your hands out, pike, lunge forward, twist, lunge forward, twist. All right, one more. Pike, pike, lunge forward, twist, lunge forward, twist, and walk back up. All right, and then we'll start jogging on the spot. So the workout is 4 rounds, 3 exercises, and we'll repeat it 3 times. We're going to work for 30, one exercise immediately followed by another for 30, rest for 15, and then another one for 30. Let's do high knees. Like I said, it's all mostly lower body, but with a little bit of shoulders. And butt kickers. And we'll do some jacks. All right, I'm gonna grab a drink and then we'll get started. I'll show you our first round. So exercise number 1 is a staggered deadlift. So you can have it with 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, kettlebell, but the idea is that we're doing a deadlift, but 1 foot is slightly behind. Normally with the deadlift, our feet are parallel, but we're going to do it with 1 foot slightly behind. Okay, so staggered deadlift, like this. Okay, exercise 2 is a staggered deadlift to a clean squat. So what we're going to do, I guess I can stay up here, is same, feet are in the same position, slightly staggered. We do the deadlift, then we bring our weight up, so it's called a clean and squat. And then back to our regular position. So staggered deadlift, clean, squat. Then we rest for 15 seconds, and then we do another 30 seconds. So this exercise, with the leg that was forward, that's the leg we're going to be working. We're going to do a single leg deadlift to a bound. Single leg deadlift to a bound. So knee drive up and jump on that same leg. Okay, so we'll start in 10 seconds with our staggered deadlift. 2, 1, go. So my left leg is forward, my right leg is slightly back, but we're doing your same deadlift stance other than that. So we hinge at our hips, slight bend in your knees. And then immediately following this, we don't even have to change our position. 2, 1, we're gonna, now we clean and squat and back. So deadlift, clean, squat, back. Remember what leg is forward. And the next time we do this, we'll switch. 2, 1, rest. All right, we get a 15-second rest. Now we're doing single leg deadlifts with a bound on that same front leg. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So deadlift and bound. Deadlift, bound. I wouldn't suggest using a weight just because I don't really like jumping with weights. I'm all over the place. 2, 1, rest. All right, now we have 30-second rest and we'll repeat it on our other leg. So now our other leg is going to be forward. And then for the third round, we'll switch at the halfway point. All right, starting in just over 10 seconds. 2, 1, go. So your slight bend at your knees, hinge forward, one leg is slightly back. Don't forget to breathe. Let your neck stay in line with your spine. Two, 1, and now when we come up, we go into a clean squat. Your squat, make sure your knees aren't going in front of your toes. 2, 1, rest. Great, 15-second rest, and then it's the single leg deadlift with the bound. In 3, 2, 1, go. So single leg deadlift and knee drive bound. You're also focusing on your core here to keep yourself balanced. Remember, bent front leg. You don't have to go all the way to the ground. Two, one, rest. All right, now we're gonna do it one more time through, and we'll switch legs at the halfway mark for each set. So back to your first leg. 30-second break's a little long. Maybe it should only be 15. All right, 2, 1, go. So we're back to our staggered deadlift. And we'll switch our forward leg in 5 seconds. Switch. Don't forget to breathe. 3, 2, 1. Stay on the same leg. And now we have our clean and squat. Switch legs. Two, 1, rest. Right, rest for 15, and then we'll do our single leg deadlift band. And then I'll show you our next set. 2, 1, go. So deadlift, band. Deadlift, knee drive. All right, and let's switch legs. Switch legs. 10 seconds to go. 2, 1, rest. All right, grab a drink and I'll show you our next set. This involves some kettlebell swings or dumbbell swings. So first one is a dumbbell clean. So it's just like a kettlebell swing. Let me just pause this. Okay, I can't pause it. Let's try that again. Okay. So dumbbells are in your hands. Okay. Right beside you, we're going to do like a kettlebell swing, right? So we hinge forward at our hips, and then the weights come up to our shoulders. With a normal kettlebell swing, they come out here, but we're gonna swing them up to our shoulders. Okay, so that's our dumbbell clean. Then we're gonna do same thing. So it's a dumbbell clean, then lunge and press. Dumbbell clean, lunge, and press. Okay, we'll alternate your lunge. And then, so we do those each for 30 seconds, rest for 15, and then we're going to do a broad jump forward, lunge, lunge, back. You can jump the lunges or you can walk them. So broad jump forward, lunge, lunge, back. Okay, we'll start with that dumbbell clean in about 3 seconds. 2, 1, go. So hinge forward and up. That's similar to our kettlebell swing, except we're bringing the weight up to our shoulders. Then for the next 30 seconds, we build on this by adding in the lunge thruster. 2, 1, go. So lunge as we come up. We press up. 2, 1, rest. We'll rest for 15, and then it's a broad jump forward, lunge jump back. Or you can just do 2 reverse lunges on the way back. 2, 1, go. Halfway. Two, 1, rest. All right, rest for 30, and repeat. Grab a drink. Grab those weights. And we're back to our dumbbell clean. Three, 2, 1, go. So hinge forward, and then we clean by bringing the weights up to our shoulders. Bent knees, hinge at the hips. So it's like a kettlebell swing, only bringing our arms to our shoulders. Now we add in our lunge thruster. Almost there. 2, 1, rest. All right, broad jump forward, 2 lunge jumps back, or reverse lunges back. Starting in 5, 2, 1, go. Almost there. 2, 1, rest. Now that 30-second rest seems like I need it. All right, one last time for round number 2. All right, so dumbbell cleans. Remember, be careful picking up and putting down your weights. Always use your legs. 2, 1, go. So hinge forward. We will do some regular kettlebell swings later on. As you stand up, don't tilt your pelvis or thrust your pelvis forward. Just squeeze your glutes at the top. 2, 1, and now add in the thrust. Two, 1, rest. All right, rest for 15, and then our last broad jump forward, 2 jump lunges back. Two, 1, go. Try to switch what leg goes in front during your lunges. Almost there. 2, 1, and rest. All right, grab a drink, and I'll go over set number 3. All right, so with this one, you might want different weights. I thought I brought out a different weight. So first one, exercise is a sumo deadlift. Right, I'm using a barbell here. You can use anything you want, right? Single dumbbell, but feet wider than hip width apart, toes pointing out. So it's just a slightly different stance for our deadlift. Okay, that's exercise 1. Exercise 2 is a side lunge. So we're going to lunge to the left with the weight in our right hand. And then as we come up, we switch hands and switch sides. So just be careful when you're switching sides. And our kind of our power move at the end, our third move, is 3 skaters with a knee drive bound. So 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. All right, so we'll start with that sumo deadlift in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. So slightly different stance here. You may find this harder, but keep your same form. Always protecting your back. Hinge forward at your hips, slightly bent knees. You can do this with 1 dumbbell or 2. 2, 1, rest. Oh, sorry, not rest. So now we're doing our side lunge, switching hands. Be careful, like I said, switching hands. Two, 1. Now we rest for 15. And then it's our 3 skaters with our knee drive. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, drive. 1, 2, 3, knee drive. You can work on height, speed, distance. Maybe you want to get low. 2, 1, rest. All right, 30-second rest. And then repeat. All right, starting in just over 10 seconds with our sumo deadlift. 3, 2, 1, go. You may not be able to go as close to the ground with these ones. Remember, it's a hinge at your hips. Bending your knees. Keeping the weight close to your body. Let your neck stay in line with your spine. 2, 1, and grab a single weight for our side lunge, and switch. 2, 1, rest. All right, skaters. 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 3. Like I said, if you want to give your legs a little bit of extra work, maybe you want to try to touch the ground. It slows you down, but it definitely works those quads. And your balance. 2, 1, rest. All right, one more time through this set. So Sumo Deadlift in 15 seconds. All right, and 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Breathe out as you come back to standing. Two, 1, and then switch to our lateral lunge. Switching hands and sets. So as you go to the right, the weight's in your left. As you go to the left, the weight's in your right. Two, 1, rest. All right, and our last skaters. In 3, 2, 1, go. 10 seconds to go. And rest. All right, 30 seconds, and I will go over our next set, our next and final set. All right, so first exercise, you have 2 options for this, band or no band, first of all, and then you can do it as a hip thrust, or you can do it as a glute bridge. So I'll show the hip thrust first. So if you have a bench, a couch, anything like that, we are going to do a staggered hip thrust. So our upper back is resting. Normally we would have our feet right under our knees. We're going to do it with a bit of a stagger this time. Okay, so staggered hip thrust. You can also do this on the ground as a staggered glute bridge. So like this. Okay, so that's exercise 1. Exercise 2 is a walkout, either from your hip thrust or your glute bridge. So if you're in your glute bridge, walk your feet out and then back in. Okay, with or without a weight. And then exercise 3 is kettlebell swings or dumbbell swings, right? So, but now we're just bringing the weight to our shoulder height. Okay? So those are our 3. So let's get started in about 15 seconds. So remember, it's a staggered hip thrust or staggered glute bridge. And 3, 2, 1, go. Remember what foot you have in front. We're trying to bring our hips up so that they're straight. And from here we go right into a walkout. 2, 1, rest. So you're walking. I'm going to take my weight off for this. All the way out. And then back in. Meanwhile, trying to keep your hips up. Two, one, rest. All right, we're on our feet for a dumbbell or kettlebell swing, with or without your band. And we're just bringing the weight to shoulder height. Go. So similar to the move we did before, hinging forward, bent knees. Two, one, rest. All right, back to our hip thrust or our glute bridge. Maybe you want to change it up, but remember to change your leg, right? So remember which leg was kind of staggered forward. And we're starting in just over 10 seconds. So get yourself ready. 5 seconds. 2, 1, go. When I do the hip thrust, as long as I can balance the weight, it helps me to keep my hands behind my head to help support my neck so I'm not straining. And then we're going right into a walkout in 5 seconds. 2, 1, rest. I'm taking my weight off. Put your hands behind your head or straight up in the air. Trying not to wobble too much side to side. Two, one, rest. All right, on your feet for our dumbbell or kettlebell swings. I'm almost done, okay? I know we don't have to, be careful. Keep going. Just gotta adjust my computer. There we go. Kettlebell swings. Careful, buddy. No, thank you. No, thank you. Matthew, don't press that, please. All right. Yeah. All right, and back to, I think, our last set of hip thrusts. Maybe I'm almost done. Can you go upstairs, please? No. Okay, I'm almost done. All right, in 10 seconds, our last staggered hip thrust. We'll switch, or glute bridge. We'll switch at the halfway point. Matthew. And go. Of course, it's never complete workout without a little person coming down. Careful of your toes. And we'll switch our staggered leg. And then walkouts next. 2, 1, walkout. Try to keep your hips up the whole time, whether you're in a glute bridge or a hip thrust. You got 10 seconds left. And then our last kettlebell swing. Actually, that's a lie, because we're going to do a finisher. All right, kettlebell swing. And then I'm going to show you our finishing move. We'll do a 1-minute finisher. 3, 2, 1, kettlebell swing. You don't necessarily have to thrust your hips forward at the top, but you should squeeze your glutes. Two, one, rest. All right, we're gonna finish with a 1-minute finisher. It's a kettlebell swing to squat thruster. So options here with or without band, 1 weight or 2. So if you're doing 2 weights, okay, similar to what we've done, right? So kettlebell swing, squat, thruster. Kettlebell swing, squat, thrust. Or you can do it with 1 weight. Take this off. Or you're alternating hands. So kettlebell swing, squat, thrust, down, switch. Kettlebell swing, squat, thrust, and switch at the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna go for a minute, all right? And we'll start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're working for a minute here. So swing, squat, thruster, swing, clean, squat, thrust, swing, clean, squat, thrust. We're halfway. Fifteen seconds to go. Two, 1, and done. All right, let's do a cool down and grab a drink. All right, we'll start standing. Okay, we'll start the same way we started our warm-up. Breathing in, reaching up, and stretching on our way down. In and up. Stretching our elbows on our way down. Okay, 1 more. Actually, we'll do 1 more from here. And now, this time as we come down, hinge forward at your hips. And let your body hang. All right, whenever you're ready, put our palms on the ground. Come to our tabletop. We'll do some cat-cows. Whatever's comfortable for you. All right, we'll sit back in a child's pose. Arms forward. And we'll walk out to one side. And back to center. We'll walk out to the other side. And back to center. All right, as gracefully as possible, we will come onto our back. Grab your knees. Give them a big old hug. Maybe rock back and forth. And we'll extend one leg, pull it towards our body. The other one is extended to the floor. And then we'll cross that ankle over our opposite knee for our glute stretch. Alright, and let your lower body twist to one side, upper body to the other. Alright, let your upper body join your lower body, and we'll do a lying quad stretch. Alright, and the same thing on the other side. So one leg extended to the ground, one leg being pulled towards your body. And now cross your ankle over your opposite knee, pull through your little keyhole, flex your foot. You can even push with your elbow on your knee to increase the stretch a little bit. Alright, let your lower body rotate to one side, upper body to the other. Gentle twist. And let your upper body roll to your lower body. Grab your leg for a lying quad stretch. And release, and we're done. Have a wonderful day, everybody.